Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your early November reading for the Taurus Collective. I'm going to get started by turning over the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is showing you, Taurus, to taking a moment to pause from your efforts. You are evaluating the work that you've been putting in on a particular project. This could be your business, this could be your home, this could be a job that you're doing or a project. You are looking at the way in which you are producing the work that you're doing. You can be determining if the rewards are satisfying to you. I'm sensing that you are looking at ways to improve the production or the rewards or profits from that production at this time. So this is a time of evaluating the way that you're doing your work, the steps you're taking, and the rewards that you're getting for that work. We'll move this aside so we can start at the first house. The first house is the Ten of Cups, and this is showing that in every area of your life, Taurus, you are looking to gain emotional satisfaction. You are looking to establish your happiness, your emotional abundance, and your sense that you are satisfied with the efforts that you've made. You feel successful in the building of your home, your life, and in all of your familial and domestic environment, relationships, the things that you want, the ability to share and be satisfied with your efforts. This is a beautiful card of accomplishment and achievement, but it's also a portal. 10 is showing me that you have now established your emotional satisfaction as the highest value. Your enjoyment, your pleasure in the things that you have is now of the utmost importance to you in every area of your life. The house of your possessions and values, the second house, contains the Two of Swords, and this shows you having to make a decision. There are two paths before you, and I have the sense that this may be about your physical environment, your literal home. It could be about your job and some decision you have to make. You're at a crossroads. You can go in one direction or another that feels diametrically opposed at this time. However, my one advisement from the universe is that there are many more possibilities available to you, that there is more information about this decision that you have to make that you are not seeing, and that the universe is providing for you. It requires you to open up to a myriad of possibilities for potential, for exploration. The third house is your process of communicating, processing the information that you're in this situation. The Death card is about transitions and transformations. So there's something you are leaving behind, something. It's a way of communicating. It may be a small intimacy, a circle of intimates that you are transitioning away from. So it isn't that you are getting rid of or ending the need to communicate your intimate ideas or to share with an intimate group of people. Rather, you're transitioning that. You're moving away from the way that you've done it in the past towards something that you feel is represents growth to a new level of communication and a new desire to communicate your process of experience more clearly to a new set of people. You're understanding where your intimacies can be shared in a safer and more productive way, a way that leads to your growth, your evolution, your personal development. In the fourth house, we have the Chariot card, which shows you in your domestic environment with a really clear sense of focus about what you want. This can have to do with, this can relate to your past. It can also relate to uncovering some more focused desires, those desires that actually are coming more clearly from your ability to focus on one thing. You are accepting and receiving more help than you have customarily received in the past, Taurus. And I'm sensing that there is a shift from your caretaking in some role in your family or in your work or in a community or project that you work on to being more focused on success, achieving success on your own terms. And in that way, you are allowing yourself to receive more help and support than is customary for you. The fifth house is where we produce, create something with our peers, and Seven of Cups is again showing that there are many options available. I am getting a strong sense of your domestic sphere, your home life, and your relationship with children here. So if you have a family, if you don't have a family, this really has to do with your circle, your intimate circle of peers with whom you collaborate with on a daily basis, but with whom you share a sense of equality with. So the Seven of Cups is opening up a horizon of opportunities as you are releasing control over the group and taking on more responsibility for your own desires. And in so doing, the options that are now becoming available to you are perhaps a little confusing because it is the opportunities in collaboration with others that has dominated your understanding of relationship, your responsibility to the needs of others. And I see you focusing much more in a much more concerted way towards your own goals and your own terms of success and achievement. The sixth house, oh, there was another card underneath this, so I'm going to take them both. They're both nines. One is the Nine of Pentacles that was showing, and the Nine of Swords was underneath. And I see these as being, as informing us a little bit more about how you've been working with others and what you hope to achieve. And this is really describing a situation I just noted with the Chariot card and the Seven of Cups. You have worked on behalf of others in a way that has been disappointing to you in the past. You're moving away from that. In your effort to understand how that has occurred, you are letting go of that. But it has affected your sense of self, your confidence in your ability to generate the joy that you are now focused on. However, you've also cultivated a sense of personal accomplishment. You have cultivated a sense of personal safety, protection, and prosperity, abundance. You've done that in such a way that you have become accountable to yourself to provide yourself with what it is that you need. However, in this current scenario, you are really trying to merge these two efforts so that your ability to achieve for yourself, to protect yourself, to generate that abundance is something that is taken into account in your relationships with others. How can you merge this ability to be successful on your own half with the experiences of perhaps failure and disappointment with others in the past? The seventh house is significant others, and the Judgment card here shows us indeed having an opportunity, Taurus, to revisit an experience that was not successful in the past. There is something that did not meet your expectations, and as you are now understanding better your power, you are understanding what your role is, what your life purpose is. And that life purpose is helping you to redo this opportunity, to meet this opportunity, to refashion an experience or a relationship so that it is more just, more fair, and it can realize its potential. This is showing me that not only do you understand better your life purpose, but that you also understand and accept that all of those involved have a purpose as well. So this is helping you to glimpse a greater plan. And you now are aligning your actions with a consciousness and an awareness of a greater plan that serves all of humanity, not just you or others. It's not either or. The eighth house is where you share resources with others, and the Knight of Wands shows you fearlessly moving out into new areas of personal growth. This shows me that in your partnership, in your intimate partnership, it can be in your business partnerships or your collaborations with others, you are now intent and focused on exploring new possibilities, your new understanding of the relationships or the situation you find yourself. You have been newly inspired to a higher set of not only spiritual values, but they are your own values. I feel you reclaiming a sense of your own growth and achievement. And the ninth house, the Eight of Swords, shows you having thought and overthought perhaps, analyzed and overanalyzed the different strategies that you've taken to mount a collective goal. Different possibilities, you've worn yourself out, you've exhausted yourself out from figuring out all the possibilities, from arranging expectations and working through every possible permutation of your plans. This is something that has unended and exhausted you in the past. This is something that you have gone through, and you have really applied it to the actions of others. And now you are attempting to take responsibility for your own disappointments and failures is a strong word, but essentially things that haven't turned out in the way that you like. And you have done that specifically by looking to understand the thoughts that led to the failures that you experienced in the past. This is very specifically involved in community work, your job, your profession, your career, or some social standing, some social position that you have on behalf of others. So the failures that you have internalized, you are now looking to understand your part in the way things did not work out in the past, your own responsibility for these disappointments. and the ways things did not work out. The Seven of Wands in the 11th house is where you are affiliated and associated with tribes, collectives, visible and invisible. And the Seven of Wands shows you standing your ground. I definitely sense quite a struggle here to separate yourself from your tribes, a collective, even within your family, with your position in the family. You have fought to identify your individual role in the experiences that you're having as part of a larger group. And the Seven of Wands shows you being somewhat defensive only because you have had to work hard to identify your role. You have been elevated by the collective in some way or another, by your family. You have a controlling interest, I'll say, in the behaviors, the actions of the group. And you are defending your ability to understand your own role, to isolate your own turf. The Seven of Wands is not echoing the Seven of Pentacles here, the overall energy, but this is helping you to understand what is inspiring you now, what things, what desires you are moving to that are clearly yours and belong to you. So that you have 3 sevens in this reading. You have 4 sevens in this reading, actually. So I'm just looking a little bit more at the Chariot card here and understanding that your efforts to identify your role are part of what is helping you focus on what it is that you want. And this focusing on what it is that you want is actually helping you to receive help from others, be that from your guides, from your ancestors, to people you recognize as authorities, helpers, and teachers. But they're helping you access a higher body of knowledge. And the 12th house is what you're learning right now. And it's really emphasizing the mystic is the Hierophant in other decks, is very much about what you have learned from your lessons, what you have learned from the experiences, both positive, your ability to extract joy from even the most painful experiences is so in keeping with Taurus and your ruling sign, Venus. Even the difficulties teach you and help you learn to love and trust yourself more. And it is this ability to extract these lessons from your experience that is helping others in your role and responsibility towards others. Seeing you model these values is what is teaching others as well as yourself, being open to learning as well as the ability and the experience of teaching. Taurus, I'm going to pull a crystal oracle for you. So what does Taurus need to know for early November? I have this beautiful red tourmaline, and the word is passion, the key word. I am the embodiment of passion. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. Again, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot. I very much appreciate your presence with me. If you found value in this reading, please like, and that helps me know that you find the content useful and I may continue to grow my channel. Until next time, Taurus, Namaste.